Welcome back. This is part 2 of the Arabic and French document cancellation of business visas. So here we go. We already did on the one hand, if you remember from last time. Actually, let's have a quick recap. Excuse me. Quick recap of the first one. برأي أن نصوص قانون الهجرة تمثل توازنا بين المصالح. If you remember, that is, in my opinion, the conditions of the or provisions in the Migration Act represent a balancing of interests. فمن ناحية, which is from side one, so from a side, on the one hand. تتيح نصوص مراقبة أنشطة صاحب تأشيرة تجارة في أستراليا القدرة على إلغاء التأشيرة إذا اعتبرت تلك الأنشطة غير مستوفية لمعايير مختلفة. If you remember what that means, it is permits the provisions, what do you call it, مراقبة? It's like restriction. Restriction, action, صاحب تأشير is friend of the visa, in other words, visa holder. تجارة, business, so business visa holder in Australia, and the ability والقدرة على إلغاء التأشيرة, the ability for the visa to be cancelled if it is considered that these actions are other than I've gone blank on مستوفية لمعايير مختلفة, various criteria, satisfy, that's right, غير مستوفية, other than satisfy, so if they do not meet various criteria. And then this is the one we're doing today. إلا أنه من ناحية أخرى. So, however, on the other hand, and we'll do the first one in French as well. Let's go. Alright, so, d'après moi, which is in my opinion, les dispositions de la loi, remember? The provisions of the, or in the, loi, which is law, sur la migration, which is law in the migration. So the Migration Act, reflect, the ENT, if you remember, that's because it's a plural, because we're talking about provisions, and that's the plural. Un équilibrage, balancing des intérêts, which is of interest. D'un côté, okay, so of a hand, on the one side, okay. Ces dispositions permettent, okay, these provisions allow de surveiller les activités d'un détenteur de visa d'affaires en Australie, okay. It permits the surveilling or the monitoring of these activities of the holder of the business visa holder in Australia, d'annuler, okay, and the cancelling ce visa si c'est, if these activités sont, are considered, because that's past tense, because it's considéré, okay, comme as ne satisfaisant, okay, not satisfying pas, which is not, which is the double negative, which is in the Latin languages, which is just not, ne satisfaisant pas un certain number de critères, okay, so a certain number of criteria, in other words, various criteria. All right, so 3 minutes of a recap. Now let's go to what I prepared earlier. Back to where we started. إلا أنه من ناحية أخرى, okay? However, from another hand, in other words, on the other hand, من المعترف به أن أصحاب, it is known, right, that أصحاب التأشيرات, okay, so the visa holders, okay, يجب أن لا يكون, should not be تحت, under تهديد, which is restriction or threat in this case. Right? It comes from the word border. تهديد الإلغاء, so under the threat of cancellation, بصورة دائما, right? In a photo, always. In other words, indefinitely. In a photo, always means indefinitely. وبالتالي, that means and in the following, in other words, and hence, فإن الإشعار, okay, so that the notification, إشعار, okay, it comes from like enlightening in a way, illuminating, okay, بالنية, the intention, على, upon, الإلغاء, upon the cancellation, يجب, must, أن, must to, يصدر, be made, خلال, during, فترة, ثلاث سنوات. So during فترة period, 3 years. Now سنوات is feminine, so therefore 3 is masculine. That's how they do it in Arabic. Now we'll go to the French and then we'll come back and do the whole things together. So here's my new French writing with my calligraphy pen. De l'autre, okay, on the other hand, so on the other, of the other. Il est admis, it's the same thing. It is, admit, accepted or known, or it's not really fair in other words, que le détenteur, so the holder de visa, of the visa, ne devrait, okay, devrait pas vivre, okay, no, not, see, the no, it's always a no and not on the side, either side of the verb. So should not vivre, live, okay, indéfiniment, okay, indefinitely, sous, underneath, la menace, which is threat, menace, sorry, d'une annulation, okay, threat of a cancellation, et c'est, and c'est pourquoi, that is because, okay, in other words, and hence, la vie exprimant, okay, must be expressed, the intention, l'attention, d'annuler, intention to cancel, doit, should, be, émis, should be done, or emitted, under trois ans, okay, under 3 years, okay. Now, does that all make sense? Have a look at that and quickly read that yourself. La vie is, la vie is notice, by the way. La vie exprimant l'attention, the notice to express intention to cancel. Okay. Let us go back and do the whole thing in French, and then we'll go back to the whole thing in Arabic. So, on the other hand, what would be the best English equivalent here? It is known, recognize, that makes more sense. It is recognized that the business, or that the visa holder should not live indefinitely under the threat of cancellation, and hence, where have I've gone back again. Notice cancellation should be to notice of express to cancel of intent to cancel should be made in under 3 years. All right, and then we go to the Arabic and we say, on the other hand, it is known or recognized that the visa holder should not be under the threat of cancellation indefinitely, which is picture forever, and hence the notice of intent to cancel, if someone wants to cancel the business visa holder's visa, should be made in under 3 year, a period during the period 3 years. All right. So now let's do it all together. إلا أنه من ناحية أخرى من المعترف به أن أصحاب التأشيرات يجب أن لا يكونوا plural لا يكونوا تحت تهديد الإلغاء بصورة دائما، وبالتالي فإن الإشعار بالنية على الإلغاء يجب أن يصدر خلال فترة 3 سنوات. Let's go to the French. Same thing again. De l'autre, il est admis que les détenteurs de visa ne devraient pas vivre indéfiniment sous la menace d'une annulation. Et c'est pourquoi l'avis exprimant l'intention d'annuler doit être émis sous 3 ans. Ok, merci everyone. Ya ahlan wa sahlan.